Hey guys, been a little bit because, well, this happened. This ruined me. It was so sad, so sad. So let me tell you the story. I was in my kitchen trying to vlog a recipe I was making for you guys, and I had my camera on my tripod, like over the sink so it could look down over me preparing the food, and I somehow hit it with my elbow, sauce went flying, my tripod fell over, and my camera face first smacked into the counter. And I thought everything was fine at first because it was turning on and stuff, so I'm like, oh, it's okay. But then this will not like retract back in or anything like that, and it stuck on like super close focus, so it doesn't work anymore. So no recipe for you guys. I'll have to do it again sometime so I can vlog it and figure out a better way to do that besides putting my camera over my sink, because that's obviously not smart. And these are not cheap, so I just bought the same one I already have, which for those of you that don't know, I have the Sony a5100 camera that I use for my vlogging, and this is just the E3.5, well, it's like the SELP. You obviously can tell I'm great with cameras. The SELP, I don't even know if you're supposed to say SELP, it's SELP 1650 lens. It comes with the camera, so I like it. I like this lens. It's great for everything, for on-the-go shooting, in your home shooting. It's just a good wherever shooting. I don't need anything fancy. I'm not trying to impress you guys, so maybe when I, have extra money, I can spend thousands of dollars on camera lenses. But anyway, enough with that. I guess I will keep this for parts because the lens isn't scratched or anything. It just won't retract in. So maybe if this lens gets scratched, I can like switch them out. This video though is going to be a sit down talk video. A lot of girls I've been talking to about this issue, and I don't feel like it's talked about a lot publicly, openly in the fitness world. So I kind of wanted to touch base about it. I had posted a while back when me and Nate got married in September that we were going to start trying for a baby. So we were really excited about it. We're still really excited about it, but I went off my birth control in October because everybody told me to wait till after the wedding, because going off of it, I would get like a horrible period, or I'd probably get my period on the honeymoon and it would be awful. So they told me to wait till after the honeymoon so that I could enjoy myself fully and everything. So I did that. I waited till we got back from honeymoon to go off birth control. I have been on birth control for, well, I was on birth control for over 7 years, a little bit over 7 years. I was on the patch, the Ortho patch, which you just like, it looks like a nicotine patch. You can stick it like on your pelvis, on your shoulder, or your back, or your buttocks. I always just stuck it on my pelvis, just switch sides every week. But you basically wear that one patch for a whole entire week, and then you switch it the following week, and then you have a week off. Same concept with like the pills, just with the patch. So I had that for about 3 years, and it made me very moody. My stomach, I'd get nauseous a lot. I would be lightheaded, and it got kind of bad. My moods got really bad. And I just kind of thought, that's gonna happen with any birth control, so I kind of dealt with it. And then my doctor was like, well, why don't you just try the pill? She's like, because the patch has very strong hormones. So I did. I switched to the pill and loved it. It didn't have any effect on me, nothing at all, no side effects with it. So I really didn't mind taking the pill. It was perfectly fine with me. I took it every day, and I'm routine, so it was just part of the routine. So I went off of it in October so that me and Nate could start trying for a baby. I never had any weird periods or anything like that when I was on birth control. They were always, that week that I wasn't taking anything, I would have a period. It was a very light, like 3 to 4 to 5 day period, but it was a period. I was having periods. So I kind of thought everything was fine. I had normal periods before I went on birth control, like normal 7-day long, heavier periods. And so I really didn't think I was gonna have any trouble when I went off birth control. They told me, it could take like a few months to a year for your body to regulate. So since October, I have not had a period. I had about 2 days of like spotting, which I thought was gonna start a period in April, but it was just 2 days of like spotting, and that was it. That didn't start anything. I've not had any symptoms of PMS which I never really did when I first got my periods. I don't get cramps or anything like that, but I would get headaches when I had my periods, and never got headaches, never got bloated, never got moody, just never felt like I was going to start. Like, being a girl, you like know before you're gonna start. Like, your body does stuff. You just kind of know when you're gonna start. So I never felt like I was going to start. And I mean, we want a baby, so I waited. She told me to wait 6 months, and if I didn't start my periods in 6 months, then I could call and we'd start discussing things. So I actually waited about 7 months, and I called her and I went in for my doctor's visit this past Tuesday, and we did some lab work to get done, and she is scheduled for an ultrasound of my pelvis next Thursday to make sure I don't have any cysts or anything like that on my ovaries that could be causing me not to have periods. I cannot tell you how many people have told me it's because I have too little body fat. That is not true. I feel like people think that's the only reason girls don't have periods is because we have too little body fat. They associate that with fitness. Like, I've been told I work out too much, I've been told I don't eat enough, I've been told my body fat's too low, I've been told I have too much muscle. I've just been told these crazy things because I work out and eat healthy, and that is not the issue. I've already discussed all this with my doctor. We've checked my body fat. We've checked, like, I've wrote her out like a month of my workouts. I've like wrote down my heart rate monitor things. I don't know. She is 100% confident that it is not my fitness, working out, or my diet. Like, that just, your body gets used to those kinds of things. I've been working out pretty much the way I do for the past at least 4 years, probably more. So it's not like I've added into my workout routine. My body's used to this workout. This is what my body's used to. So it'd be different if I was lifting weights for an hour and then doing cardio on top of that, or just doing a ton of cardio, but I'm doing what I've been doing for so long. So yes, if you're starting a new fitness routine and diet, that could be it. I mean, that at least 50% of the time, I'm sure that is the reason that you could be working out too much, and taking it down a little bit could start the periods back up. I definitely suggest getting your diet and everything checked out, because I was worried at first, maybe that was what my problem, but coming from somebody who had been eating too little in the past, I've been there. I've had like where I would eat only 1,200 calories a day less, so I just couldn't believe. I'm like, no, I'm like, there's no way I eat too little. I'm like, I double what I used to eat. I'm like, there's no way I'm eating too little. And my doctor confirmed it. She's like, no, you're eating perfectly fine. She's like, you're eating more than enough. She's like, you eat more than the average person does. Average people skip breakfast. Like, average people don't eat until in the afternoon. So those are things you need to take into account. Getting your diet checked out is definitely something I think you need to consider. If you're not having periods, I definitely think you need to have that evaluated and make sure your body fat's not too low. But that is not the only reason you would not have periods. There are, not tons, but there are multiple other reasons why you could not be having a period. I mean, there's PCOS syndrome, like I said, there could be cysts on your ovaries. There's just other options, and you need to go and get them checked out. I had a lot of girls messaging me saying, well, they went on birth control and then they have a period, so they must be fine now. Well, my doctor told me even though I was having periods on my birth control, those weren't natural periods. Those aren't your body's natural periods. You're having a period because your body's withdrawing from the birth control. So, I mean, if they were natural periods, like when you start taking birth control, you pick the week you're gonna start. Usually they have you start, but like the day before your period or the end of your period, you start taking the birth control to kind of set up your timeline. That sets you up for your periods. That week that you're not taking your birth control, that you have your period, that's because your body's withdrawing from not having the birth control. So you have a period. It's because you're not getting the birth control that you're having a period. It's not your natural body's period. So who knows, I could have not been having periods longer if I would have been off birth control longer. So don't just think because you're taking birth control and having periods, those are your natural periods. A lot of girls will take birth control to regulate their periods because they don't like, you know, they don't know when it's coming. Some girls are really heavy, and it'll help, you know, track it so that they can expect when it's coming and not be surprised. It's also not a sign that you're not ovulating. I kind of thought that too. I'm like, how am I ovulating if I'm not having a period? but you will ovulate if you don't have a period. You can do ovulation tests to check on that. And just know you're not alone. There are a lot of girls going through the same thing. A lot of girls are just struggling with the whole period thing. They aren't having periods. They don't know where to start for information. I had a lot of girls, you know, do I think they should go to the doctor? They're just scared to go to the doctor. They don't know what's going on. Kind of wanting answers from me. I can't give you answers. I'm not a medical professional. I don't really know as much as I should about it, so I can't really give you advice. I can only tell you through my experience what's going on with me, and I do highly suggest going to a doctor and getting it checked out. It can be completely normal. I mean, I have a few friends who don't have periods, and their doctor wanted them to take medicine to give them periods, and she told them no, and she got pregnant. She's perfectly fine. She got pregnant. She's got 3 girls already. She's never had a period. So you totally can get pregnant without periods. I did have my lab work done on Tuesday, and it came back, and there's nothing wrong with my labs. So nothing's low or anything like that. So we will wait and see what happens next week, and hopefully we get some more answers. Otherwise, we keep trying and moving forward and hope for the best. It's definitely helped me personally be able to talk to other girls that are going through the same thing, or women who went through what I went through and they have children now, and it's just kind of hope at the light at the end of the tunnel and knowing that it's possible. So I kind of thought I was hopeless because I was like, I'm not having periods, I'm never gonna have kids, but you can. And I guess, as you guys can tell, I had more blood work done, so hopefully some more answers from that. And I didn't pass out this time either. I always pass out when I get my blood work done because I do not like them taking my blood. Like, you can give me shots, you can do like TB tests, you can do any other kind of like medical stuff. I can go to the dentist fine and get cavities and things like that. But drawing my blood just freaks me out. I pass out. I feel like I can feel the blood leaving my body, and it makes me really lightheaded. But they took 4 tubes on Tuesday, and I didn't pass out. They laid me down. I've never laid down before, so I laid down to do it, and I didn't pass out. And then they did a tube today, and I did fine as well. So that's good news. But go to your doctor, get checked out. Definitely try to connect with other girls that are going through the same thing. I'm going to put a post up so you guys can ask me some questions, and I'm going to add to this video of your guys' questions about this stuff. So yeah, stay tuned so I will answer your questions. Thanks, guys. Hey. Thank you, curtain. Excuse me. Stay over there. Alright guys, so it is Saturday. Sorry, I know I told you guys I get the video up like Thursday or Friday, but life happens and I got busy, so we'll get it up this weekend for sure. But it's Saturday, so I also wanted to give you guys some time to send me your questions and things like that. I had wrote a whole bunch down, but I left the paper at work, so I'm going to do my best to remember, and then I still have the ones on Instagram, so I will read those and answer them. So let's go ahead and get started. So it seems like a lot of girls are just kind of going through the same thing. They went off birth control and they've just not started their period yet. So they're kind of just letting me know they're in the same boat, and all my tests came back normal. There's nothing going on. So there was no answers there, sadly. So, I mean, I was hoping maybe like my estrogen was low or something like that, but everything's fine blood work wise. A lot of people said their doctors were telling them to decrease their workouts and change up their diets and stuff. I mean, if your doctor's suggesting it, you probably should do it, because I talked with my doctor about, you know, my habits and my eating habits, and she said what I was doing was fine because, like I've said, my body's used to what I'm doing. I've been doing the style of training I've been doing for over 2-3 years, so my body's used to it, so that's not going to affect my periods or anything like that. Now you still could have like low body fat and not have a period but still be ovulating, so then you could still get pregnant, which that just means you're not having any issues, there's nothing really going on, you just kind of don't have periods. But so that could be my issue. I could just, not that my body fat's too low, because we already discussed that and looked at it and it's not too low, but sometimes your body just needs more fat to have a period, so maybe I just need more fat to have a period, but I'm not really comfortable with doing that. And if I'm ovulating, that's fine. Like if I'm just fine not having a period just kind of make it easier to track ovulation. So like a lot of people ask if I was told that I train too much by friends and family. Yes. By my doctor, no. I was told by my doctor that what I'm doing is perfectly fine. She said if I wanted to take down my cardio, she's like, that could help if you want to try it. She's like, but you're not trying anything new, you're not adding anything in, so that's probably not what's going on. So I said I was going to take my cardio down, but I'm really bad at that, so I have not done that. So maybe I should, but I'm really bad at doing that. I love cardio, which I only do 10 to 15 minutes a day. On some days it's like 10 minutes, so it's not like I'm a cardio freak. I just like to get my heart rate up before I lift, and so that's pretty much it. Like I don't do lists or anything like that. I just do my 10 to 15 minute HIIT workouts, or sometimes they're 18 minutes, and that's it. So it's not like I'm doing crazy amounts of cardio. Someone asked how old I am. I am 26 years old. I am 5'8", and I'm 126 pounds. So I guess if anybody wants to know. How am I tracking when I ovulate? I actually don't know if I'm ovulating or not. You can buy like pregnancy test and ovulation test in bulk online. So I do that. I buy like, I have 40 pregnancy tests and 40 ovulation tests. It's literally just the strip. So there's no like fancy thing you hold it or anything. It's just the strip. So you just pee on that strip and find out. I did the ovulation ones for about 3 weeks and they all came out the same. The second line was just like kind of faded. So I don't know if I got like ones that are not working right or what's going on with that. But that is something else we will have to look at with my doctor, but I don't know the answer to that right now. She says I'm probably ovulating because I do have the discharge that you're supposed to have when you ovulate. Like there's a milky discharge and then it becomes like a sticky and then it's like clear. When you have the clear discharge is when it's like prime time to try for a baby. So if you have the discharge, that's really helpful, which I do. I have the discharge, so that's kind of how I know I probably am ovulating. A lot of you are just kind of telling me your stories, which are very, very touching, but I don't want to share any on here or anything like that, so I will answer those personally and definitely respond to those because I definitely think it's great to have support in this area because like I said, not a lot of girls talk about it, but a lot of girls are going through it. So a lot of girls are trying to conceive right now and it's hard for them or they're having issues. So just know you're not alone. Don't be afraid to reach out and talk to other girls too. So for a lot of girls, some of them are sending me what worked for them. A lot of them, it did work for them to cut down their workouts and to eat more. For me, that probably would have worked back when I was eating like 1,200 calories a day and doing 2 hours of cardio a day, but I don't do that anymore. I mean, I eat 2,200 plus calories a day, and I don't do near as much cardio as I used to. But if you want to give that a try, it seems to work for a lot of other girls. Definitely check with your doctor first, but that seems to work for some girls, is to really cut back on their cardio and stuff and to watch what they're eating and make sure you're eating plenty of whole grains and protein and fats, just good healthy foods. That was pretty much all the Instagram questions. I'm going to do my email ones. What my doctor's prescribing me right now, we're not doing anything. She hasn't prescribed me to do anything besides just keep doing what I'm doing, and trying to de-stress was her biggest concern for me because I am stressed a lot between working 40 plus hours a week, doing my online training, in-person training, trying to keep up with ebooks and trying to keep up with all social media websites. It can become overwhelming and stressful and still try to have like a home life. So she just recommended that I try ways to de-stress, which for me right now is taking Miley for a walk every night, which has really helped me to kind of just take some me time and relax. My doctor did say it could take up to a year for me to get my periods back to normal, just because I was on birth control for over 7 years. So that could just also be the problem too. It's just my body's not back to its normal routine. So it could take up to a full year to get your periods back. So if you went off birth control and you're not trying to conceive or anything like that, like you're not worried about trying to get pregnant, it's perfectly fine to wait like a full year and then contact your doctor to see maybe some steps you could take to figure out how to get your period back if you want to do that. Somebody asked, because I don't wear underwear with my leggings, what happens if I start my period while I'm at the gym? Typically when I have periods that's like very light, or I don't know, like I feel it, so I don't know, I can feel it coming. It's really gross, but I can feel it coming out before it like hits anything, so I would just like run to the bathroom or something, I guess. Usually when I start my periods, it's like first thing in the morning, like first, I always go to the bathroom right when I wake up, so I would always catch it then. And I've not had any symptoms that I was going to start, so I've not really been worried about it, but I guess make sure to wear black leggings. That's pretty much kind of the questions you guys have, mostly just what to do, which really the only thing I have for you right now is to definitely go to your doctor and figure out what's wrong, see what you can do to help get it started. I've had a lot of girls also say that like meditation and yoga is helped them to get their periods back. That one girl told me, I don't remember what it's called, but there's like areas of your body and like your pelvis is one of them that has like, I guess, energy in it, and there are certain moves you can do to focus that energy there and like kind of just relax that area. I've also heard acupuncture can help when you're trying to conceive. Really just try not to stress about it. Take it one day at a time, try multiple things. Personally, for me, I'm not a medicine person, so I already told my doctor I am not open to taking medicines to have periods or to try and conceive. I really don't want to get to that point, so for right now I'm not there, which is fine, but for me personally, I don't think I'll take medicine for that. Just, I don't like medicine. I don't feel like it's natural. I don't know. I just don't like taking medicine. So that's not really an option for me. So really hoping I can do it the natural way and not have to go that route. But I hope this little talk has helped some of you guys. If you want to talk some more, please feel free to message me, email me, direct message, whatever you feel like doing. And I'll be more than happy to talk with you for support, because it's definitely a topic that needs to be talked about. You're not alone. There are plenty of other girls going through the same thing. I think we all just kind of get scared to talk about it because it's periods and you kind of feel like you're alone, like, oh my gosh, I'm the only girl not having a period, and everybody's just gonna assume it's because I'm unhealthy, but I'm healthy. So you're not alone. Just open up, reach out, and there are plenty of girls out there to support you. So I just want to thank you guys for watching. I truly hope it helped you in any way possible. Sorry I don't have many answers, but I'm not a professional, so definitely seek out professional advice if you still have further questions. And thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up if you liked the video. Let me know what else you guys want to see, and I will see you next time. Have a great weekend. Bye.